Yo, salute everyone. Salute. Good evening. Knicks Real Talk on the post-game show. RJ at the matinee, man. We're going to get into it. Knicks win tonight at the world most famous arena. So we're going to get into it today and get it popping, man, and talk about it, man, and all that good stuff. So salute everyone. Everybody a good day today. On top of that, the Knicks won today, so that's even more of a blessing. But, yeah, we're going to get into it, man. There's a lot of stuff to break down. Good game all around. Knicks played a good team effort today, man. We went in the world most famous arena at the matinee game and got it popping. Star J. Barrett did his thing. Randall did his thing, man. The whole team did their thing, so it was good overall, man. Got to see a little bit of the young guys today, so we're going to break it down and get into it, man. Let's go orange and blue. We in the building, man. Yeah, first and foremost, salute everybody, man. I hope everybody doing well tonight. Had a great Sunday, and let's get it popping. Salute to my man, Big Task in the building. Salute Big Task. Yeah, man, we had a good one today, man. It was a fun game at the matinee game. RJ showed his maturation. Randall bounced back. The whole team was in the pluses today, man. So it was all around good effort today, man. I'm happy about the way it turned out. We got a game close to the 500 again. We got another one tomorrow, man. We go to Cleveland tomorrow on a back-to-back. You know, Mitchell Robinson had a little tweak of the ankle. I hope it's nothing severe, as he would say. So it was really, really good to see, man. That he's not, it's nothing severe, man. He stepped on somebody's ankle. I seen that today. I stepped on somebody's foot, I would say, and rolled his ankle in the game today. But we breaking all that down today, man. And overall, this was a good performance today, man. Came out from the gate, from start to finish. They led the game, and they really played some good ball in the Mecca today, man. That was good to see, man. They had a pop. Julius had a goal early. RJ took over. Fournier hit some clutch shots today, man. Everybody contributed in some way. You know what I mean? So good job for the Knicks today. Way to bounce back and get that victory. We needed. You know what I mean? Knowing that we about to go on this road trip, going to be kind of crazy. But it was a good way to lead the Garden today, winning that game, man. Relax the mind a little bit and let the conscience be free for a little while. That was good. Overall, good effort, good energy. They was getting it, man. They really came out to play today. Let's break down the Knicks, just overall what we've seen today, man, and the stats and everything. Let's get into it because I just think it was some good stuff overall that we've seen today, man. And, obviously the Knicks won 110 to 102. Played a pretty good defensive game in the second half. Came to play today. They played a good defense the second half today, man. They got into it. They in the second half they really held the Clippers down. Clippers scored 31 in the first quarter, 30 in the second quarter, but in the second half they only scored 20 in the third and 21 in the fourth. And that was that New York City Gritty Committee defense right there, man. They just came to play in that second half. We shot well overall. At the beginning of the game, we scored 30, 27. And then in the second half, we got a little tighter, 25 and 19. But overall, out there, it was just a guy in effort for the Knicks, man. They came and played today and got that victory and got that monkey off their back, man. So that's good to see. And it was just good hustle, good performance. You got to see a little bit of Cam Reddish today and all that good stuff, man. So let's talk about our two-star players today, man. The two-star players came to play tonight. RJ Barrett and Julius Randle, man. What a gutsy performance by them guys. That was a really great effort them dudes put in today, man. I love the way they played, all around big win, and let's keep this momentum going. Let's just talk about it today. Julius Randle, 40 points, shot a good 8 for 15, 3 for 7 from the 3-point line, 5 for 6 from the charity strike, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. He's still getting haunted by them turnovers. He had 7 turnovers today. I think once he get that part of his game fixed, fortunately, if he get that fixed, he would be better than that. But he was a +4, had 24 points. That was a gutsy performance for Julius Randle to back. Like I said in the pregame, y'all guys, I would love to see Julius Randle have like a 24 double game. He was close, so he played the game that I thought he would play today. And that was good, man. With a good bounce back for me. I mean, he shot efficiency too. He shot over 50% from the floor. Shot right around close to 40-something% from the 3-point line. Only missed 1 foul tech. And that's what you want to see. He was really getting at it today, man. I really love to see what Julius Randle brought to the game today. And then let's go on to the player of the game to me today was RJ Barrett. Star J came and got a pop in the day. He really did, man. His stat line was 43 minutes. The 9 for 24 is a little deceiving because I think he shot well, but at the end of the game, that could have been because maybe he was in the game the whole day, man, and he was a little bit tired. But overall, man, he did. I'm gonna tell you what's the most important stat of RJ's night. 7 from 7 from the charity strike. 7 for 7 from the charity strike. 3 for 5 for the 3-point line. 14 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block, +7, 28 points. RJ had the matinee today, man. And what can I say, man? That was all around good effort from that young man, man. He really showed his maturation and what it could be if he continue on this pace that he's on. And he gonna get it popping. But I'm gonna bring my man Shaw Powers in the building in a minute. We're gonna get it popping too as well. I got my man in the building, man. Overall, though, good win for the guys, man. Man, we needed that win in the most way, and it happened. But when you got a team who everybody's in the plus, like I said in the pregame, I want to see one game where all the Knicks teams and the bench and the starting units in the plus, and that happened today. It was all in the plus today, so that was a good thing, man. We get into rest, but let me bring in my partner in crime, and man, who holds it down with me all the time, Shaw Powers. What up, fam?
What's going on, Devon? Tell me you hear me.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Peace to you, Devon. Peace to the chat. What's going on?
Yeah, man. How you feel about that game today?
Man, I spot checked the game and I seen some of the game with the on the after show and stuff like that. Some stuff through the YouTube and stuff like that. They played. It looked real good today, man. I really like the way they came out today and they really executed their game plan today.
Yeah, they did, man. Like I said, Shop Howard, everybody was in a plus today except for Grimes. Obviously, he just -1.
Like one.
Just -1, so we can live with that. But yeah, man, everybody was in the plus today, and they came out hard from the door, and they did. Matter of fact, they kept the lead the whole game.
Yeah,
the whole game from start to finish. The Knicks kept the lead, kept playing, kept fighting. I love the way they play today, man. They just got to keep that going, man. And I think if they do that, we're gonna be fine. Big game tomorrow, obviously, but I can't say no. Even Fournier today, Fournier was +9. He had the highest plus on the team, but he shot efficient as well. He 5 for 12, 4 from 8 from downtown. I mean, he even had 4 rebounds today, 2 assists. And that was good to get that for him. 14 points in 28 minutes. He didn't even have to play that long. Like I said, RJ played a lot, but he deserved it. He was getting it. Alex Burks played good today. He was a +1, 10 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, shot 3 for 7, 2 for 5 from deep, and he was 2 from 2 from the charity strike. So he shot well today. It's pretty decent. Like the bench played well. Even the bench was a plus. Obi Toppin, he had 8 minutes, 1 field goal, 0 for 1 for 3. But he had 1 assist, 1 block, +4, 2 points. You want to hopefully he can get that popping a little more. Reddish only played 5 minutes. We didn't need a lot of these guys today because the starting unit was so hot today. You probably weren't going to see a lot of these guys today, but I think you're going to see a lot of like tomorrow. You're going to see a lot of that bench tomorrow because due to the fact that it's a back-to-back. So I think you're going to get a lot of guys tomorrow. But today, I think that Tom Thibodeau wanted to win that game today.
Oh, that's the reason. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why I think you didn't see a lot of the bench today. But I think Tid really wanted to win that game, and he went with the guys who were taking them home, and I think they did a good job of that.
Yeah, it's no question about that, man. Playing 40 plus minutes for both our big guys, he really wanted to make sure that he won the game today. And tomorrow you might see a little change in the lineup. I think they're saying that Kemba's going to come back tomorrow, so it'll be a change in the lineup a little bit. But I do have to say one thing. For a little while, I was a little hesitant with Burks in the lineup and stuff like that, and as him being a starting point guard per se. I looked over the last couple of games that he played as being a point guard. I think out of the last 11 or 12 games, they're like, out of like the last 11 games, I think they're like 8-3 or 9-4 or something close to that. When Kemba comes back into the game, I noticed the last game or so when he came back in the game, we didn't play as efficient as we did. So I'm hoping that we could probably see Kemba come to that second unit this time.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, the last 3 games, when Kemba started, we 0-3. Yeah, I had brought that up in a pregame show. Like, I don't know what it is, man, but I see. Here's my concern about tomorrow. If he start, he got to go up against Darius Garland. And Darius Garland playing good ball this year for Cleveland. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that I harped on early about that. I'm like, it was pretty much. Wow, you know what I mean? It's tough. We'll see. Hopefully he have a good game tomorrow and it don't cause us no type of energy loss or no after that. But like I said, his defense is suspect to me. And we gotta hope Chop Howard that Kemba Walker can come in there tomorrow and get it popping. But like I said, other than that, man, with the rest of the start line, Quickly played a good game today.
Very good.
Quickly played a very good efficient game today, man. His point guard skills today came to the forefront today. 6 assists, beautiful passes, +7. 3 for 8, 2 for 3 from deep. 18 minutes, only had 8 points. He played a really good, efficient game today, man. I got to give him his flowers today, man. That brother will distribute some nice passes today. He looked it pretty well there, man. And overall for the team, we didn't shoot too well from the on a field goal percentage. While we was only at 42%, 39 for 41, but we did shoot well from deep, 44%, and we were 16 for 36. And here's the impressive thing that we've been looking for this for a long time. We was 84% from the charity stripe.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And right, we only missed 3 shots. 2 of them was Mitchell's, obviously, and 1 was Randall's. And like I said, once we shoot the ball from the charity stripe well, it kind of bodes out well for us. And we only had 12 turnovers opposed to 15 and 18. So I think that was the big key to the game to me from the stat perspective. That we just played. We played, really efficient today. Other than our 2-point percentage field goal, but our 3-ball made up for it. So that was good to see, man. Like I said, everybody was in the plus set for Grimes. Everybody contributed today, and we just got to hope that's the case moving forward. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be another big game. Because the next 3 games are going to be crazy. You got Cleveland, you got the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, so you would love to get that game tomorrow. But I think we're going to go on a road to be a better team, man. And not because we won today. I just think that the way we played today, it's going to be a telltale sign to me, Shaw Powers, in the next 3 days, especially with the Kemba Walker thing. Let's see how this thing ban out tomorrow, and hopefully that Kemba will contribute. And on a lighter, on a note, obviously Mitchell Robinson tweaked his ankle today. He tweeted that it's nothing serious, so I'm glad to hear about that. He did put that out on Twitter that it was nothing serious. He should be fine, and I'm glad because the man was playing coming to his own. And just when I thought that we were going to get healthy, Noel come back, had a good game. Mitch go down. Now, boy, you can't catch a break in New York for nothing. But that's what I was saying earlier on pregame shop. How I like, man, let's kind of judge this team when everybody get back. And Noel made a big difference today. You know what I mean? And that's how I want to judge the team when all these guys get back. I can't wait till Derrick Rose get back, and hopefully Mitch is not out too long. And I think we're gonna really see a different team.
Yeah, we definitely did some things today that was real good. Like today, we also got 26 assists. The ball was being moved around very well today, and we also out rebounded. We also out rebounded. Oh my gosh, we rebound them today. So that was real. I think we had like 54 rebounds or something like that. The Clippers, excuse me.
Yeah, 52.
52. Yeah, 52. The Clippers, that's what I was trying to spit out. So I mean, we did some things, man. And like you said, Mitch went down. He was starting to have a nice little game going on. He's been pretty hot over the last 6 or 7 games. I think he's averaging around 12 points and like 10 rebounds or something close to that. So he's been playing some ball too, man. Noel came back at a good time, man, and he played some ball today too. That 150-pound guy, man, came back and he was doing some defensive things that we've been missing. Some quick hands, even hit a couple of a little jump shot from the foul line. So he looked good today. So yeah, we need to get back healthy. And we haven't had a full roster to have 4 games in a row. So that's what we need, man. And we got a big, hard game for tomorrow. So we got to really just take this game and hopefully we can run with it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow, man. Whether Mitch played or not, I'm not sure. But, like I said, Noel came back at the good time. And Mitchell Robinson been playing really good basketball lately, man. He's been one of the ultimate warriors for the Knicks, man. I bet you that man could go tomorrow. He'll hobble out there to play tomorrow. I really believe that, and I think he's just the ultimate warrior. I mean, he comes to play no matter what. And he, like I said, he was just coming to his own. Having his season started turning around, was getting healthy and everything, man. He was starting to get spring was coming back. So unfortunately, he went up he was trying to get a defense playing, and he stepped on the guy's foot. And hopefully that thing can heal and it's not severe, which he said it wasn't. So, but let's see. But tomorrow, like I said, we go up against Cleveland. They got a good team. They out there balling. But we still there, man. Like I said, we still there. Shaw Powers. We 1 game under, and I really believe we can go in and win that game in Cleveland tomorrow. I really believe that. I really think the Knicks can go down in Cleveland tomorrow and win that game. I think if they play the way they played today, unselfish, move the ball, don't commit no turnovers, and don't get me wrong, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley and them up in that front court is a handful. Laurie Market is out for a minute. He's going to be down for a minute. Had a bad ankle sprain the other day, so we don't have to worry about dealing with him at that 3 spot. But I don't have a problem with that. 'Cause I think RJ would have made that boy run all over the court at the 3 spot anyway. The difference would have been that rebound up front with that guy. But I think we go into Cleveland tomorrow and get a pop, and I'm confident. You know what I mean? But we looked a good game today, man. What a gutsy performance for the Knicks. They came here, matinee game, game. Excuse me. They had 2 days off to, like I said, soul search and get the minds right, and they did. They came to get a pop, and and I was good to see that. But RJ Barrett, salute to you, my brother, because you was doing your thing today. He been doing his thing for a minute, but he really did his thing today. I was like, okay, this cat, if this the RJ that you're gonna see going forward, then I think the Knicks in a good situation. Him and Julius Randle played a good game today. Julius had it going early. RJ picked it up, and I think it was fun, man. And overall, it was a good thing, man. Salute to CT, the streets of brothers. Salute CT. Yeah, it was real. It was real nice to see. So we needed that. It was a good win, good effort. Can't say enough. They bounced back, like it said, like CT said, they bounced back with the W, man. That's what's important. And but overall, everybody was in a plus today, and it's just a great effort, Shot Powell. I think they did a good job today.
Yeah, we really needed this win, man, and I hope they could carry it over to this next game. I also, like you, Divine, I think we could go in Cleveland and surprise them real quick and snatch something from them and get a win that we really need another win real quick. The next 3 games are very hard, man, and as a Knicks fan, man, I want them to win all 3 of them. But I would be happy if they go in there with however it works out and win 2 out of the 3 games, because I think that at least will bring us back to 500. And but this next game, and I think this game, I think is a game that we can win, and I think we'll be ready. They got some big, long guys over there, and they rebound and get after it and stuff, and they're a real surprise team for this year. So it's something that we really need to go in there, and hopefully we can have a game more similar to the game that we had tonight.
Yeah. I think tomorrow's important because it's gonna be like I said, earlier, guys. We got to see how this Kemba Walker thing gonna play out. Because like I said, when let's hope that he don't have an effect on what they did today. I like Alex Burks there, man, from a standpoint of the big body defensive presence. That's a big difference for us, you know what I mean? And like I said, since he's been at the point guard spot for the Knicks, like you said, that like 8-3 or something of that nature. And in the last 3 games, Kemba Walker 0-3. I mean, so it's going to be a big challenge for us, man. Hopefully, Kimba got the rest today. He can make an impact. But if we're going to keep Kimba around, I still think you should let him come off the bench. I really do. Just let him come off the bench and get that offense popping, and let him ignite the crowd. Let him ignite the second unit with them other guys. Because it'd be good to have a experienced floor general like him.
Something like D Rose. Something like D Rose. That's what I'm thinking. Like run him almost like the same pathway that we use D Rose. D Rose is not here right now. Kimba could come off in the second unit and be a big spark to the second unit right now, because I'm seeing that starting unit with Burks and that starting unit really, really look for each other now, man. All of them are playing very well together, man. They get at it. They're not always in the negative like they were in the beginning of the year, stuff like that. And they're more positive. They come out a little quicker. I mean, if for me, if we were to take Burks out, I would it would be hard to start IQ, but I would like to start IQ and leave Burks with the second unit. Maybe it might work out a little better with Burks and the second unit running with Kimba and the rest of the young boys, because in a couple of days, we're going to have to make some real decisions again, man, because we got to find some big ups to Cam Reddish today for coming in, playing some gritty defense and getting that nice little behind the rim layup that he got. But we're going to need to get some of these guys. We need to solidify our second unit again. Our second unit came out, played some good ball today, but we need to strengthen that second unit up.
Yeah, I think tomorrow you're going to get more of the second unit. I really do. I really believe you're going to see more Cam Reddish and more of Obi Nolan guys tomorrow. I think today, they wasn't needed just due to the fact that I think Tibbs wanted to win that game today, and I could see why RJ played the minutes he was playing. I see why Randall played the minutes they was playing, and because them the two guys was really dominating the game for us today. And we needed them to get this victory, because sometimes we need to have the wins at the same time. I know we want to see a lot of guys play a lot of minutes, but you also got to put the guys in there who are going to give you the best chance to win. But at least a good thing I was happy to see today that quickly came in and played a very good game from the floor general today. Nice passes. He was giving Obi dimes, Randall dimes, RJ dimes. Good look for quickly today, man. That was a good way to come in there and at the backup point guard and get it popping. And and like something I want to harp on something that you said. When Derrick Rose is back, and all these guys is back, where do we go from there? It's going to be some, even us as a fan base, we're going to be kind of disappointed because a lot of these guys that we want to see play might not get no minutes. They might not get no minutes if everybody healthy. Not saying they might not get no minutes. They won't get the minutes that they were getting. So if these guys continue to pop the way they're popping, like Fournier, he's been playing lately the last 7-10 games, whatever, he's been doing his thing. So if these guys continue doing what they're doing, and then you bring Derrick Rose back, and then Kemba Walker's here, so right then and there, if Alec Burks goes back to the 3, what happens to Cam Reddish? What happens to Grimes? It's going to be tough, man. I want to see how you're going to navigate this thing because we're going to be feeling some type of way if we don't see these young guys play, man. We already know how the fan base is. We're going to be feeling some type of way if these guys don't get the minutes, and I'm just concerned, that a lot of our fan base not going to be feeling too happy when they don't see these guys play because our team is at full strength. So what does Tibbs do, or what does the front office do within the next couple of weeks or the next week to get people somewhere where you can get either, like, you think Cam Reddish need to be playing a lot, you're going to have to move somebody. You know what I mean? Shaw Powell, if you think Grimes will play a lot of minutes, then they're going to have to move somebody, because I think when Derrick Rose get back and Kemba is still here, it's just going to be tough with Alex Burks, and we got a lot of guys at that position right there. You know what I mean? So I do want to see how he navigates this thing. I think it's going to be important for us as a fan base to realize that he's going to be in a tough call when all these guys get back. I just think it's going to be tough. You know what I mean?
It's really going to be tough, man. Especially if you think that Kimba's going to come back. Let's just hypothetically say Kimba comes back and he does 18, 20 minutes or something like that. With him doing 20 minutes, that means it's 20 minutes less than the players that we want to see, kind of. When D Rose come back, even if he starts them off slow, 15, 18 minutes a night, that's still 15, 18 minutes that we're not going to see. Maybe Grimes, maybe Reddish, people that we probably want to see out there. So it's going to be some, I'm so happy that they have a problem like this right now so they can rectify the problem, because this team is, this our Knick team right here, man, and good, better, and different, man. I know as a Knick fan, I think the Knicks are going to win 82 games a year. You know what I mean? But right now we have a log jam in a couple of places. If we don't fix that log jam, then it's going to be a problem. And every game that comes up that if we lose, we're going to have a blame to put onto something about the playing time of the people that we want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely gonna be a challenging situation for the Coach Tom Thibodeau when they get back. It's gonna be a really challenging situation. I think Derrick Rose is itching. He almost there. I'm quite sure by after the trading deadline, he'd be ready to roll.
Wasn't he on the sidelines doing those knees sprint? Yeah.
Yep, had the walking boot on. He's been at the games. So it's gonna be real interesting to see what happens. Obviously, like I said, guys, we got maybe a week and a half, a week to go. Like I said, we're gonna do the big trade deadline show next week. So sometime next week, so y'all stay locked into that. We just gonna get it popping. But I'm just that's my only concern is how we gonna take this thing, and big task that Fournier might be missing a music chair. Do you think they move Fournier right now? I mean, the way he playing, or what do you think about that?
All right. I got two things about saying something about Fournier and if they can move him or not. One, Fournier in the last couple of games has really come through for the team. His averages went up. I think he's almost about 15 points a game now. He's looking better with the team. He's not scary coming around that screen and taking his jump shot from the 3-point line. He even makes some moves that drives to the hole. So in the last couple of games, Fournier has been very, very good. But on the second hand, if you move Fournier with a $19 million contract, you might can if you get rid of Fournier, you open up the logjam because that's where it's at. Either it's going to be Fournier or Burks. Those are two those are two pieces that you know if you want to fit in Cam, that's probably where you might want to look to trade somebody at with both of those guys. They're both very tradable, and reiterating back on Fournier, he is playing well now. So if you move, you can't. It's possible he has a better attraction to one of these teams that are maybe in the West Coast or even in the East Coast, but more so, let's say the West Coast, to move him and let go a space or two on our roster, and maybe even put him in a little package, another little package, and give away 2, 3 players and bring back one player that will open up a spot for somebody that's already playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Fournier. I mean, I got some things now. You say we talk about the trade next week. I like I say, you always make me do homework. I got like a half a book. I got about 7, 9 trades over here that could open up some things for the Knicks, and the salaries match. We send out 3, we get back 1, and send out 2, we get back 1. We send out 1 and just get them off our books and stuff like that, so we can make some extra money. So you know, if I'm doing this homework and I got a job and all this other stuff, I'm pretty sure the front office already on top of this stuff. Getting busy with making some. It may be like 2 trades. I'm thinking with 2 people and letting someone go off a contract, so we can have money for next year.
Let me ask you a question. I do think what's interesting to me, and if you move Fournier, I'm hoping we bring in somebody better than him. I mean, see, that's the whole dilemma, because even if you want to move Fournier, the player you bring in, hopefully you want him to be just as good as he is. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to move Fournier and then the player that you bring in is not good as he is. Then what would be the use of moving him?
Yeah,
I mean,
I kind of think that they're gonna wait the next. I think it's 4 or 5 games before the actual February 10th. They'll probably start making some moves around February 3rd, and you may see, this may sound funny, but you may see a little bit of emergence in the second unit with Reddish to see if he's going to be battle tested. Because if you could get Reddish in the next 3 to 5 games and he plays a little up tempo in the second unit, get 12 minutes, but he gets 8 points and 4 or 5 rebounds and 2 assists. They may be more optimistic to look to move Fournier. So right now, it's going to be what we see in Reddish in order for us to move Fournier. If we think Reddish could come in here, we could bring somebody else to help, like a, a mid-level point guard to help facilitate or something like that. Or there's some things out there that they could do, man. I've been doing some homework. There's some things that they could really funnel through and make a nice little crew to at least get a 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Make sure the one big thing is I hope that they make some type of moves, because Atlanta's creeping. Atlanta's right on our back right now. They 20 wins right now, so they coming. So I do not want them to pass us. If they pass us, we are gonna be in trouble then.
Yeah, real talk. What's interesting to me is I look at it this way. What about the Knicks don't trade nobody?
Right, facts.
I mean, what if they stand pat? They might feel like with Derrick Rose coming back and Noel coming back, they might feel, and if Mitchell Robinson is not too seriously, hurt or nothing like that, and just a little day-to-day thing, they might feel like, we can roll with what we got.
That's true.
I mean, and that's why I was telling everybody earlier, I think you should wait to judge this team until everybody get back. But then you could see over the next, like today would have been a prime example. Let's say if Mitch didn't go down today. I mean, just to see what Noel did for him coming off the bench compared to what Taj couldn't do. You know what I mean? It's a big difference. And I think that was a key part of that game, having Noel back there today. So it's going to be very interesting, man. But whatever they do, I like what Cash Out James said about, that the fan base is going to be too thrilled with moving Obi. Are they gonna be thrilled with that? Or Alex Burks is 8-3 at the point starting point guard right now. I mean, you know what?
And Fournier in the last 5 or 6 games, his average is about 15 points a game. You know what I mean? With a couple of steals and a couple of rebounds.
Yeah, so it's a tough situation, man. And over this next 3 games, these next 3 games we got coming up with Cleveland, Miami, and then Milwaukee. I think after this week right here, let's say this week coming out, I think we'll be going into February 1st. I think this is a big telltale week for the Knicks.
Yep.
I think this is a big telltale Knicks. The reason why I say that, you will see what this team is really made of in the next 3 games. You know what I mean? We're away from the Garden. We're on the road. We know when you're on the road that you against the world. You know what I mean? You don't got nobody, your fan base behind you. Even though Knicks fans is everywhere. And I think really, man, we going there tomorrow win. But I really believe we're gonna win this game in Cleveland. I just feel that. I think the Knicks win that game tomorrow. I know Jared Allen, them guys in a handful. I might have felt a little bit more confident if Mitchell Robinson wouldn't have went down. If he don't play tomorrow, I'm concerned about the Kemba Walker starting thing tomorrow. But overall, because I just don't know if he can handle get Darius Garland. That's going to be a big challenge for Kemba Walker tomorrow. It's really the Garland situation. We obviously know Laurie Marketing tomorrow, and I do believe that bodes well for RJ Barrett. You know what I mean? But I do think you're going to get a dose of the second unit tomorrow. I think Ted did what he had to do today to play them guys the amount of minutes to get that W. Tyronn Lue is a crafty coach. He kept them guys fighting. So can you imagine if, but overall, when the second unit came in, they did spark that joint today. Everybody, for the first time in a while, like I said early in the stream, everybody was in a plus except for Grimes. So I'm happy about that. The bench and the first unit all contributed today at the same time. Normally it's one dude one day, one dude the other day. But it was good to see today that the second unit and the starting unit really played well today. And I say they limit the turnovers. They shot from the charity stripe 80-some% real well. And they shot from the 3-ball real well, and they out rebounded them guys big time. Yeah, RJ Barrett. That's what we got to get from him more often. If RJ Barrett stay around that 7, 8, 9 rebound a game margin, he is ascending. He's ascending. So I think that was good, and we got some good rebounds from the guard spot. Even Fournier had some rebounds today. So I think overall, you can't even though you got to remember Paul George ain't been here all year. So the Knicks are not the only people that playing these guys without their superstars. So I don't make that the reason why. Because even without your superstars, you could lose the game. But they didn't get down. They stayed in it from start to finish. They played hard. They competed. And what can I say? So I think tomorrow you will get a lot of shot power. You will get a lot of Cam Reddish and Grimes and Quickly and Obi tomorrow, because we was a back-to-back. And I'm glad that Tibbs is smart. I got to give him credit for this today. Tibbs know that he could play them young boys along all game tomorrow. But what he wanted to do was make sure he got a W today. And I think that's what it was about today. I don't think it was because he didn't trust none of the guys. He just knew that RJ was cooking. He knew Randall was cooking. Fournier was cooking. These guys were playing good today. So it was no reason to really break that up today. So I get it. And maybe tomorrow, hopefully that, we can get a pop and he can rest some of the starters and let Cam Reddish and all these guys get some burn tomorrow. And I think that's the way you're going to have to play it for right now, with the situation with how many players that we got out here. Because like I said, it would be a different story if Fournier would have been doing this at the beginning of the season. If these guys was popping like this at the beginning of the season, we'd probably be third or something. You know what I mean? So, but it should be a fun game tomorrow, a challenging game tomorrow. But I think they're going to be up for it. I think they're going to get it popping though. I'm serious. I think they're going. I was close to they got on my score too. I had 110.98 was 110.102. So I was pretty close today. I was like, man, y'all need to slow these cats down. Like breaking news. First one of the season with the correct score. But it was fun though, man. They was getting it popping today though.
Yeah, I was texting and trying to watch in and listening on you earlier today, man, while I was doing my thing earlier today, and I missed your score, but you was that close, man. It's gonna be a good game tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
I really think Knicks really get out to it and stuff like that, and I'm hopeful that tomorrow's game that we could get out in front where Randall can sit down, do
Mm-hmm.
28 to 38 minutes. RJ could do, some low digit numbers, and all our starters that are getting 30 plus minutes can get some rest, and our second unit can really get out there and ride hard. Tomorrow would be a really good game to watch out for Cam Reddish. Let's see if he comes out the box tomorrow. He got his first point as a Knick tonight, and maybe he could come back and light it up and surprise the Cleveland Cavaliers and score 37. Some big outrageous number that no one knew that he had in him. So we always got to be optimistic and stuff like that. I threw that out there. That was real bold, but let's see what happens, man. Tomorrow, I hope the second unit really gets out there and gets busy.
Yeah, I think I said it. I really think that's going to be important tomorrow, just due to the fact of how many minutes the starters played today. It's only right the second unit carry that game,
Hmm.
not carry the game, but be in that game. Get Julius Randle RJ some rest. Let them get it popping in the first few minutes. Bring the second unit in. Let them get that energy going because they got fresher legs than they guys had today because they played all day today. And I think that's how you got Tom Thibodeau got to utilize this team. Like on a back to back. Okay, if Kimba might have a good game tomorrow. He might like RJ don't have a good game tomorrow. Or Randall, hopefully Kimba Walker can make up for that. You know what I mean? Because he didn't play today. But I do think I hope Cam Reddish and I hope Quickly and Obi and who am I missing? Grimes. I hope they all come out and have a good at least energy. I mean, from an energy standpoint, they come out with some good energy, man, and get it popping. Because when they had that lineup in there today, I loved that young lineup in that
Hmm.
second of the day. That thing was pretty to see. You had with McCam, Quickly, Grimes, Obi. I think it had to have been Noel at the time, obviously, or one of the other guys, but RJ, whoever it was. But that was nice to see, man. I was like, man, that you seen future Knicks right there. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
see the future. You know what I mean? And about if Randall them doing what they did today, like I said, sometime, man, once you put up the box score that you're supposed to put up, you don't hear all the negativity because
hmm,
wins cures everything. And I say it over and over again. So you can't throw ain't no throwing shade at Randall today. Why? Because he did his thing. He did his thing. Actions speak louder than words, man. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that he had a good game today. Came out shooting the ball well. I hope he continue it. You know what I mean? And like I said, them 2 days off to me, they went and did some soul searching in New York. They went and did some soul searching. They had 2 days off to get their mind right, to get to sit down as a team and say, listen, man, we got to rebound off the way we was playing the last 3 games. We was close in a couple of games. We gave away some games. We've been shooting the ball pretty bad from the free throw line. So what do you think they were doing the last couple of days in the free throw, in the gym, shooting free throws? That's why they was 84% today. So they probably for the 2 days off, they were probably just in the gym, shooting free throws, working
yeah.
on their turnover, moving the ball, doing all this good stuff. And I think it showed up in the box score today. And that's why I think that you're going to see that sometimes they just needed that has some soul searching. I think they did a good job of that.
Yeah, they definitely looked better at the free throw line today.
Mm-hmm.
From 60% to 80 something percent today is a big up for them. They need to stay like that, man. A lot of these games that we've lost, we could have, you could contribute it. I don't want to say it is but you could contribute it. Like the 50-point game that we had. What was it? 11 of 22. And that game, if we'd have hit 8 more shots from the free throw line, that 86%, we'd have won the game. It's a couple of games that we lost and we were 60% at the line. You know what I mean? And hopefully they can keep keep that thing send Quickly to the line, Quickly and Burke to the line all the time, and we probably won't have no problem.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let me ask you guys in the chat and everybody a question. It would be nice to go 2-1 in these next 3 games.
Yes,
If
that's
we
what
can
I'm
go two
hoping.
and one, if we go 2-1 and coming out of Friday, we still at 500 after playing Cleveland, the 3 of the top teams in the East. Cleveland, um, Milwaukee and Miami.
Miami. Those are 2 games I think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna win Cleveland and Miami.
If
I
we
think
can
we
go
might.
in there and win 2 of
Yeah.
them 3 games, man, that tells me a lot about the resiliency of this team. Let's hope Mitchell Robinson can play in these games. But it would be real nice to go into Cleveland tomorrow, get that game, get back to 500, and like I said, I think we can win one between Milwaukee or Miami's gonna be tough, but I still think we can.
I
And that's
think we have. I think we have.
yeah.
So not to cut you up, but I think we have a good chance because we haven't played Miami yet all year, and I don't.
Mhm.
I don't think they. I mean, scouting is scouting, but once you get on the court, it's a totally different animal.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the way some of our guys in the starting lineup been playing. I
Yep.
think the emergence of Fournier is making a big difference. He finally, he finally getting back to what he do. You know what I mean? We just been waiting for that for a minute now. Um, and I think if Fournier continue doing what he's doing, RJ is playing at an elite level, and now maybe Randall, after the game today might ease him down a little bit, bring him back to and not saying that they won't stick up and join another day, but it was good to see them that they really got that game today. And I think going up against Miami, that like I said, one thing about that Miami team, they got a prolific defensive team down there. They starting five defensive special with Kyle Lowry, Bam Adebayo, obviously Jimmy Butler, and I don't know if PJ Tucker starting down there. I really don't know their starting lineup, but they definitely got a formidable defense down there. But I do think that we got enough offense to compete with them. This is going to be a big, like, guys. I'm gonna tell you something. This is going to be a big step in RJ's maturation going up against Jimmy Butler. That's going to be something special to see. And I hope RJ Barrett just bring his A game against Miami. First, we got to deal with Cleveland tomorrow, obviously, but this is a big step for RJ, man, going up against Miami and the defenders that they have down here.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a really good task for him. He would have had a task tomorrow dealing with Laurie Marketing from his defense perspective, but Laurie Marketing is now out because he sprained his ankle, maybe 6 weeks or something of that nature. So it's gonna be a big challenge for RJ, but I'm really looking forward to it. This is what growth is about right here. Like you said, we want him to honestly become that leader. When you go up against the Jimmy Butlers of the world, it really touches your character as a player. And like today, even though he took that technical foul, screen at the ref, the good RJ went and apologized to the ref. That's phenomenal. You know what I mean? He apologized to the referee. That tells me what maturity is all about. A 21-year-old man playing in the world most famous arena and on biggest stage it could be in sports, almost in New York City. He handled it like it's like whatever. You know what I mean? So it was good to see. It's gonna be a good, interesting game against Jimmy Butler and them guys. And the way they get down there, I'm looking forward to that Miami game. That shit should be popping. It should be popping. Shaw Powers, and I think if we can win this game tomorrow in Cleveland, and then go down to Miami and just try and fight and scrap. I think it's gonna be fun down there in Miami. I think we're gonna be we're going South Beach tomorrow. The next couple of days. So let's see how it go.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping Mitch comes back and he the ankle twist and everything is not as severe as it looked when he went down.
Mm-hmm.
If he could come back tomorrow, he would really help us a lot in the Cleveland game. And also Noel, if he could come out and do his little 150-pound, throw his body around and with the quick hands and knock some balls free and stuff like that, really would appreciate that. But if we could do some of the same things, like we always say, man, once we come off a win, man, if we can play like the game that we played before, we'll have a good chance of making a good 8 out of 10 game winning streak going on. Just like they're just coming off of, man. And I think we have a chance to do that, man. A lot of things are gonna change. Remember, Knicks fans, soon to come back. We got D Rose to come back, and what we're gonna do with Kemba Walker. So some things we got to figure out, if we want to continue to stay focused. Like another game that we didn't have Kemba Walker, another game that we won.
Yeah, I think that's the elephant in the room. I think that's the
Yep.
elephant in the room going forward. Is what's the situation with Kemba Walker? Like I said, for all the people who much we love our young guys, it's going to be a dilemma. It really is. And it's not so much only because it's Tibbs' situation. See, Tibbs set Kemba Walker down for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever, how many weeks it was. You know what I mean? And he, so now we got to see how Tibbs in the front office is going to handle the situation. Do the front office say, listen, do we move Kemba Walker before we can give the guys like Grind a chance to play every day? You know what I mean? Because if you're going to want Grind to kind of contribute every day, you're going to have to move some of these guys. I don't know, guys. It is so tough right now to be in Tom Thibodeau in the Knicks front office shoes,
Mm-hmm.
because much as we want to see our young guys play, but we also some of these guys wasn't even in rotation. The only reason a lot of them are in the rotation was because of injuries. You know what I mean? And so if it go back to the status quo, y'all realize that you don't kind of lose your job because you got injured. You know what I mean? That's commonly normally been the way they do it in sports, but we just got to see how it's going to go, because I think when these guys get back, Derrick Rose get back, somebody going to not get no playing time. And right now, you can't say quickly not going to get no playing time. You can't say that. So what happens with if Alex Burks is still there, if Kemba's still there, D Rose is back. Now you talking about Cam Reddish and Grimes, and I mean
situational.
It's situational. So something gotta pop. Something gotta pop.
It's some things out there. Like I said, I gotta, when we do that thing, I'll say something real quick that that the Knicks fans might not want to hear, but could be a possible trade, and something that we could really do, possibly could be moved, and will really help us right now. We're looking at this guy Brunson. There's a way that we could offer them Kemba Walker, but the only downside to offering Kemba Walker is we might have to also put Deuce into the deal also. You know what I mean? We give Kemba Walker and Deuce with 2 second rounds or 1 first round. We still got 2 first rounds. I think we have our first round, and we have the Mavericks first round for next year or this year, something like that. It was something right now, but that could get Brunson. So that's one of the deals that I hope they can happen, because it'll take 2 people off the lineup and bring 1 person back that we really could use for the ending of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely like I said, something got to go down. and like I said, Kemba Walker last 3 games, the Knicks 0-3.
Yep.
And and even though Al Burks is not the traditional prototypical point guard, that size at that point guard spot today is big. And I don't want to move none of these young guys. I really don't. I really think that these guys is a part of this thing moving forward. But we got to think about this here. We got to glue at that spot. Then you got to think about the young man overseas. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Rokas. What happens with that? So see, we got a lot of young guys, and I just don't know. Depending on how this thing pan out, are we going to be able to keep all of them? I just don't know. I mean, I want to keep them all. I like every one of them, but at the same time, reality going to set in.
We have some people that we have on the team that could actually be like a first round pick. Like I said, and I do not really want this to happen. I really would like to see this guy Deuce stay here with New York and really flourish with him. But on the other hand, I think, and I only think, I mean, I don't know, but I think the Knicks may have been putting Deuce into the G League to show him off a little bit, to let him go down there, because he's had some awesome games down in the G League, and he could possibly, help facilitate a trade. If we looking for, somebody like a Brunson or something like that. There's a couple of things I got. I got a couple of things. I don't want to pull out the book yet. I want to wait till next week.
I'll tell you something that might be interesting, and people it might sound crazy, but just to free up the glue of it, you could move Kemba Walker for a second round pick and maybe some cheap aspiring and waive the aspiring and just waive the aspiring. Just waive the aspiring. You move Kemba Walker for a second, and a player who we know that's really not gonna, be here or something like that. CT 100% with that. I know teams want them 2 dudes. But I'm thinking maybe you move Kemba for. I don't know if you want to. You might get a late first, maybe. It's hard to say. But if you even can move Kemba Walker for a couple of seconds and a player to bring in who's not, he could be the situational player. You know what I mean? Shaw Powers.
Yep.
He could be the 15 man on the roster for all I care. But then that does free up. That still gives Cam Reddish and to give Grimes the ability to still play. You know what I mean? Or you got to. I think you could do something like that. And then I think you don't have to worry about them guys not getting no minutes. So I think the elephant in the room is Kimball Walker. I think that to me, that's out of all these guys, I think he's going to be the one that could make a break, whether what the trading deadline could do. I mean, like I said, man, you can send a man to a contender. Hey, I'll tell you a good deal. What about the Lakers looking willing to move Horton Tucker?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Horton Tucker. You know what I mean? So let me ask you guys a question: is there any one of them young guys that you would put in deal with Kemba Walker to go to Dallas? I'm not Dallas, to the Lakers. If you could acquire Tucker, with that Horton Tucker, is there any one of our guys that y'all be willing to part ways with to do that? It's just it's interesting, man. It really is, man. It's a lot of stuff, scenarios out there, man.
It all depends on what his cost is, man. Because right now, I mean, I would hate to see Deuce go. I don't think that the Knicks want to let Grimes go, man. I think they think that they have something in Grimes. So I don't think Grimes is gonna go. But I think Deuce, if we want to try to facilitate him, maybe even Sims, he might, be something to add into something to make space for us. We haven't really played him that much to get it, get him somewhere. I mean, I think two of the young guys, those two, I mean, Obi's name has been popping up a lot. I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna say one of these trades.
Yeah. Why he get that together? Yeah, man. So this week gonna be interesting. It really is. I just think that we got a lot of bargaining chips in New York right now. We got a lot of bargaining chips, and like CT said, teams want Deuce or Grimes. Man, I just love the way these young guys play, their energy and everything like that. I like the way the team played today. But I think like I said, we gotta figure out the Kemba Walker situation. I think once we figure that out, but not only I think that's important. Here's why it's important to me, guys. If you get the Kemba Walker situation resolved, I think it brings clarity. It brings a lot of clarity. You know what I mean? Side Powers, you don't have that elephant in the room hovering over. Should he get time, or should he get time, or should he play in front of this guy? Why are we treating this guy this way? I think if you just move him, not because he's not a good player, because it's going to cause us to be upset about Tibbs not playing this guy. It's going to be upset about us, this guy. So that's what it's going to do. That's what it's doing to us right now. Like look at how the Knicks play without Kemba Walker today. So when he come back tomorrow, and then you don't see Grimes get a lot of minutes tomorrow, or Cam Reddish. You know what I mean? That's going to be my dilemma. Is when Kemba Walker plays. Who tomorrow don't play tomorrow? Obviously, it's going to be either Cam Reddish or Grimes. For all I know, I mean, unless you use Obi. Yeah, if Mitchell Robinson don't play tomorrow, but you know what's going to happen with Tibbs? He's gonna throw Todd Gibson at the 5.
Sure is. He's
He's
gonna
gonna throw
run
Todd at the 5.
29 minutes.
Yeah. So it's tough, man. It's a tough situation, man. So I think we got to be prepared. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. If Kemba Walker popping tomorrow, who don't get minutes tomorrow for the Knicks?
Man, it's crazy to sit here to think about it because if Kemba plays tomorrow, then I mean, all right, we don't play Kemba. We kind of play what we played tonight. You might see a little offset of Reddish getting a little bit more minutes. But I think tomorrow Grimes might have a better game tomorrow shooting wise anyway. But if Kemba come in, we might not see either one of them, Reddish or Grimes, or very limited minutes, 4, 5, 7 minutes. I mean, you could expect that from Reddish now because he's still trying to fit himself in, but Grimes been getting about 15 minutes, 15, 18 minutes a game now, man. He's been he's been in the lineup pretty hardcore the last couple of games, man. So Ken will come back in the game, his minutes is gonna lessen. Unless it's somebody else that minutes get less, like Obi. I mean, Obi hasn't really been getting a lot of minutes the last couple of games either. 7 minutes, 9 minutes. How many minutes did he play today? Like 9, 10 minutes?
Who that?
Obi
Obi had
Toppin.
like 11. Let me hear. I got it
Like
right here.
11 minutes, you know.
Obi played. Let me get it right. 8 minutes.
8 minutes. See, yeah, he hasn't been getting a lot of minutes the last couple of games, man. He comes in, at that last 1 minute and something of a first quarter, and third quarter you see him a couple of minutes, and that's it for Obi.
Hmm.
You know, so
Let me ask real quick. A CT, real quick. Do you think the Knicks keep Rokas, or would you keep Rokas and move? Would you keep Rokas over anybody we got right there that's in that core right now, like Grimes, McBride? Do you think this dude is can be on the Knicks roster next year? Or are you comfortable with saying, you know what, if we can get something for him, you move him? CT, just give me your thoughts on that. If you get a chance, in your opinion. But yeah, I do think that it's something going to have to give, sooner or later, because I don't think they can go. I don't know if Cam Reddish came to New York thinking that he's going to be in the situation that he was in Atlanta. He told Atlanta at the beginning of the year, before the season started, that he wanted to be traded. He told them that, but he was a good soldier about it, a good team player. Didn't make no him and his agent didn't make no gripe about it. He went along through the season with it, and then he got moved. But do you think Cam Reddish will feel some type of way if he's not getting the minutes? You know what I mean? Because I think he got the talent to play here, and that's why I said, do we move somebody to free up Cam Reddish minutes, to give Cam Reddish some minutes? That's when you got to think about the Alex Burks, like Alex Burks, and let's hypothetically say Alex Burks, and it's going to be Alex Burks and Kemba Walker, or Kemba Walker and somebody else, to free up this thing. Because like I said, when okay, good move. CT said, I'll keep Rokas. I'll move Sims and Luka before Rokas. I'll keep Rokas and I'll move Sims. And okay. CT got an eye on it. CT follows the young man. CT be doing his scouting report on him. You can also check out his videos about the man. He always keep us in the forefront of that. So that makes, so yeah, that right then and there tells me that. So if you keep Rokas, now you got Rokas, McBride, Quickly, Grimes, Derrick Rose. So you got 5 guys right there. Kemba Walker. So I think the Kemba Walker situation, to me, is the one that would be my first thing I would do, because the Knicks been winning without him, and that's important. They 0-3 the last 3 games with him, 0-3, and they won today without him. You know what I mean? And not from the sentimental standpoint, no knock on Kemba Walker. I just think that he's not really needed to me right now in New York. With the emergence of Alex Burks playing the way he's playing on the defense side of the ball, so when Derrick Rose get back, I think Derrick Rose is what Kemba Walker is. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very interesting to see how this thing pans out. Because there's a lot of bodies there, and there's nothing wrong with being deep like that. But somebody's gonna be disappointed. Somebody's gonna have to sacrifice, like Tibbs say. So a lot of people might have to sacrifice. You know what I mean? But it all depends who's gonna be willing to do the sacrifice. Because I think a lot of these guys, McBride, it is what it is. He's not playing, so you can't really even think about that. He's just situational. We already know what McBride is. Let's call it what it is. He is not, much as I would love to see that man get minutes in New York right now, until we out of the playoff picture, or if we get out of the playoff picture, that's different. But I think right now, that I think we can count on him just being I think you got to count on him being situational. He just goes back to being situational.
That's one of the reasons why I was mentioning Deuce as another trade chip, because we still got Jokic. Jokic, Rokas still overseas, because they're getting ready to go out there and go check him out for, I guess, a couple of games. As reported, there were some Knicks, I guess some of the front office or somebody's going to go down and check out a couple of Rokas games to see where he's at and see what he's worth. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be before the trade deadline. And if we do, either we trade Rokas and we keep Deuce, or we trade Deuce and we keep Rokas. I mean, the Rokas deal could get you more because he's not a really assigned player. He has no salary, so you might can will and deal him a little bit better. We also, like CT said, we also got the other guy down in the G League, Luca. I mean, there's some pieces that we got that we can still move and make some happen, but the Rokas and the Lucas really don't make extra spots on our roster right now. A move for Sims would give us an extra roster spot. A move for Deuce would get us an extra roster spot. Plus, if we make a package somehow with Kimber Walker.
Mm. ACT. On that note, not to put you on the spot, I'm just trying to think it out from a Knicks standpoint. If you had to take one or the other, would you take McBride or would you take Brokus? Just in your opinion, not even holding you to it, just that thought. What would you do? Would you keep McBride or Rokas if you had to be the GM of the Knicks or the coach? CT, which one of them guys would you take? And that just let us know where we think we need to go with it as well. Because that's going to be also the limit. We're gonna have two young guys like that. Which, if you had to keep, obviously you had to keep one of them and let one go.
Yeah.
Which one would you keep? You know what I mean? And that can answer a lot of the questions moving forward. About that situation. Salute to my man, brother Shaquille. Salute to you, my brother. But yeah, man, that's it's a lot of stuff we got to contemplate about, man. To go around. What do we do and who do we move and what do we move? But I do think it starts. I think it starts with Kemba Walker. Resolve that situation first. Like you said, the Nick contingency went out. The Nick contingency went out there to see Rokas play. Or they going out there or whatever.
So
So you got to look at that because all these guys are not gonna be able to play for the Knicks. And then you don't want them to be sitting there like they did Frank and then Knox. They know. I mean, I don't want to. He said, CT said, I love Deuce, but giving a slight edge to Rokas at this time, at this minute. Okay, I can see that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna have to really deal with because you don't want these guys to be like they had to go through Frank went through, they had to go through what Knox went through. I'd rather you move them guys to a team and let them be able to play. Like I'm happy for Knox, believe it or not. I am truly happy for Kevin Knox. Well, I don't know how much time you're gonna get in Atlanta. At least he's going somewhere to have a better opportunity to play basketball. And I'm cool. We can't keep everybody. Like right now, we don't even get a sniff of Jericho Sims. If the Knicks
right,
don't think Jericho Sims gonna be part of what we're trying to do, even Lucas Samanich, it's so
facts.
interesting, man. It's like, whoa, what do we do with these guys that's promising? That's promising, but they just not getting no burn. Are we gonna keep these guys around and their contracts are friendly and all that good stuff? I get it, but what are we gonna do? And then I'm Sharp Howard, and that's what we're gonna have to get to.
Yeah, it's. I mean, right now, hypothetically, man, the Knicks. I mean, me, I don't even know about the Knicks, but me, I got like 4 or 5 trades with even money where we can send some guys out and bring one person back, send 2 guys out, send to get to snatch a contract that expires next year for one guy, depending on how we play. Everything is going to be on these next 3 games, man. I think it's 5 or 6 games before the 10th, and you're not probably going to make the last minute deal, but you're probably going to make something like the 7th, the 8th, and 9th. And one of the big days is February 3rd. So it's some moves that can be made out there, man. It all depends on how the Knicks play these next couple of games. And if they're gonna go for it or just stay pat, they might not even make a move. If we you know, I don't even want to say it out loud, but the next 3 games are real crucial. And if we don't have those 3 games on our books as wins, then well, I mean, after those 3 games, there's 3 more hard games right after that.
Mm-hmm.
We really might just stay pat for the rest of the year, maybe sell off a couple of people and start getting ready for next year. You
Yep.
know,
Yep. I think right now, this is what I'm looking at with the Knicks dilemma right now. I think if you were to ask me what would the Knicks do, what I think they should do, this is my personal opinion. Move Kemba Walker, right? Then you could slide Alex Burks. Let him stay at the one with Derrick Rose. So say you got Derrick Rose and Alex Burks. If you know he winning at that point guard position. So hey, might as well if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Then that way, at least Cam Reddish get to be the backup three. He gets to be in the rotation. If you get rid of Kemba Walker, let Alex Burks do it. Let him and Derrick Rose man that point guard spot, and that way you still got a veteran like Derrick Rose in the second unit, the shape and mold, the young guy, and you got somebody like Alex Burks who can play with the starting unit, and then you get to get that three spot to Cam Reddish, at least a backup three, because if you don't move Kemba Walker, Alex Burks gonna be the one playing the backup three most likely. You know what I mean? Because you got Quickly and Grimes pretty much holding down the two spot. So I do. That's why I bring up the Kemba Walker thing. I think you just got to move him. I think you got to move him unless you're gonna if you don't move Kemba Walker or Alex Burks, let me tell y'all something right now. Cam Reddish is gonna become situational. I hate to say that.
And another thing with that, Devon, too. I said this earlier. I'm not sure if this is going to happen. I've been doing a little homework, but if Reddish can come in these next, it's like 6 games, man. If he could come in these like next 4 or 5 games and elevate his game into that second unit, you better watch out for Fournier too, man. Fournier, if he comes in tomorrow's game and he has something like 12 points and 6 rebounds and 2 or 3 assists, and the next game he has 14, 16 points. If his game keeps increasing in the next 3 to 4 games, Fournier's gonna have a problem on his hands, man. Because Fournier still is a hot commodity right now, man. His stock is a little high than it was like in the first 15 to 30 games that we played. You know, his stock is a little high. He's having some good games. So if Cam comes in the next 3, 4 games and his scoring is from 8 to 12 and 12 to 14 and 14 to 17, that Fournier spot might not be. He might not make it to the 10.
You see, a big task. I know I'm with you, brother. I don't want that cat to be situational. That's why I said we got to move Kemba Walker. I think Cam Reddish need to be the backup three for now if you're going to keep Fournier. But CT brought up a great point. He said, I'd buy out Kemba if there's no takers. 100%. 100%. Buy him out. Thank you, Kemba Walker, for coming to the city, giving us some promotion, some popularity, whatever. But Slew Frank Matos, my man, Slew Frank, yes sir. But yeah, that's what we're gonna have to be dealing with in the next week or two, guys. Keep our eyes open, our ears to the ground, because it's gonna be some moving and shaking and wheeling and dealing. I'm quite sure of that. Like I said, and for me, like I said, the Kemba Walker experiment, I just think that it is what it is. I don't think he's necessary right now. I really don't, man. And there's nothing against Kemba Walker. I just think that he's not a cog in the wheel of what we're trying to do. I think Alex Burks, that size, that defense,
they gelling.
He can score, he can gel and ride, and then when Derrick Rose come back, he not needed then. You know what I mean? So I think we can free up one roster spot that way. Because like I said, you want Cam. I think you do want Cam and Grimes to be part of this 10-man rotation. So it's a lot of interesting stuff going on. And what happened to the Obies of the world? What happens to all these guys, man? We just got to stay locked in and see how it goes. You know what I mean? Cash Out said trade him to the Cavs for Ricky Rubio, the expiring contract, then waive him. Yeah, there you go, Cash Out.
That's one of my
go Cash Out.
That's one of the things.
There you go.
You surely can.
Yep, and Rubio down for the year anyway.
And his contract comes off the books this year.
There you go, right there.
Get the money right back. Right back to you. Right back.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You heard it. There you go, CT. Let them do that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I brought up the Lakers. I'm like, man, hey, send them to a contender. You know what I mean? And let them see if we can flourish out there. I think we're gonna have to do something. But so I think that's gonna be the most, like I said, the elephant in the room for the Knicks might be one of the most important things that we're gonna have to go through in the next couple of weeks is what we do with him. Like after the trading deadline, like CT said, you could buy him out. But hopefully, I'm thinking, I'm knowing Brock Aller and them cats. Brock Aller been here 2 years. He got us Derrick Rose for Dennis Smith Jr. and got a second pick in return. And he got us Cam Reddish for Kevin Knox and got us a second pick in 2000
Mm-hmm.
and $1 million. And he got us $1 million dealing with the deal for Rondo them.
Mm-hmm.
So I got confident. That's one dude in that organization I got confident is Brock Aller. That man know how to wheel and deal, man. I see why the Knicks bought him from Cleveland. That dude can get it, man. I think he strategically he just know how to do it, man. So that's what we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see how that thing pop off, and that just one of the most important things I can see going forward with the New York Knicks right now is getting the Kemba Walker situation resolved.
Yep, that's one big thing. Yeah.
And I think once we get that elephant in the room out the way, I think everything calms down. I think it calms down, and then we have to take it for what it is. Because now, to me, you're gonna have to. Here's another thing, guys. Let me ask y'all a question. There you go, street. Yo, CT on fire tonight, bro. He on fire tonight. I ain't going front, CT. I ain't got no problem with that. We're just bring it back. Yeah, that's a good one. Salute to you, my man. Real talk. King Rippy, salute, my brother. Real talk, man. I appreciate you. But you know what? Now, what about Cam Reddish and Obi Toppin? They both about 6'8", 6'9", right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens with that situation? How do we let's say what's up with the Obi situation? Is it fan flare, fan favoritism, or you really believe this dude can make a difference for the New York Knicks? Let me ask y'all guys that question. Moving forward, do you think Obi Toppin can make a difference? Not because of the fan favorite, we love him because he's from New York and all. I get all that part. I'm talking about from a numbers perspective and the situation that he's in. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Cam Reddish or Obi Toppin? Let me ask you guys that.
Say it again.
I'll make it that simple. Who would you guys rather, from a Knicks perspective? I'm talking about dealing with wins and losses, the situation, the game they play, how good they are. Who would you guys rather have? If you had to make a choice between one or two of them, who would y'all guys have? Would you want Cam Reddish or Obi Toppin? Cash Out James said he'd rather have Cam.
Let me say this real quick. I mean, they play two different positions. Cam is more of a small forward, shooting guard, small forward. Obi is more of a power forward. He's nothing other than a power forward. I think he could probably play some small forward, but he's more of known as being a power forward. For Obi right now on this team behind Julius Randle, if you haven't noticed it, man, Obi's minutes are going down. His minutes are depleting. He's getting less minutes. He was having maybe 14 minutes, 15 minutes. Now he's down to like 7, 8, 9 minutes a game, man. So it's something that, I mean, I'm watching the games. Y'all don't see it either. He's not getting the minutes, and he's not fitting in with the team. I mean, I like him. He's energetic. He comes out. He wants to grab rebounds. But right now, Obi, maybe Obi might need a premier point guard to help him out. You know what I mean? Or he just fell under Tibbs' bad graces or something like that, because it sure to me seems like he's not getting the minutes that he was getting in the beginning of the year. And his minutes are getting less and less, but the crowd is screaming for him more and more.
Mm-hmm. So the consensus right now, to me, from what I'm looking at in the chat so far, the consensus is that they would rather have Cam Reddish.
Yep, definitely.
So and the reason why I bring it up, because that's another situation we're gonna have to deal with. What is Obi Toppin's situation in New York? the front office think that they need to move on. They think they're gonna have to bite the bullet, say that we drafted them, it didn't work out. We got to humble ourselves and just move on from Obi Toppin, because between him and Cam Reddish, them guys gonna be fighting for minutes as well. They both could, and that's why I always want to see what Obi Toppin can do at the 3. But now they had to bring in Cam Reddish for a reason. You understand what I'm saying? Shaw Powell, they didn't bring Cam Reddish in here just to sit him like Knox. That way you could have kept Knox if you would have did that.
Right.
So I don't. CT said Cam the player, but Obi's contract 100. That's exactly right. And I did notice something else too. I brought this up. I didn't realize that the Knicks only signed Obi Toppin for 3 years.
Yep. I was doing that research too.
That's another dilemma. If we only sign Obi for 3 years, are we going to re-sign him?
I keep saying, man, Obi's name has been in a lot of the trades that I've been looking up and stuff like that, and his contract fits well because he's a number 8 pick, so he makes a couple of $1 million. You know what I mean? He's not like a Deuce or maybe like a Sims or something like that. He's making about a couple of $1 million or something like that. So his contract would fit in with something real quick. You put any Noel, Burks, Kemba with him and you make about 13 to $15 million, man. So his contract.
Excuse me. Pause night. That's Cam Reddish at $6 million. Knox was making what, $5 million, $6 million?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean by what Brock Aller did. Granted, Solomon Hill contract that comes off the books. You're not worried about that, but he still got $1 million out of that deal. So Cam Reddish and Knox was making about the same thing. So they took Solomon Hill's $2.5 million, something like that, but they got $1.1 million back. So really, you only really got Solomon Hill for $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean, man. This cat he's ahead of the curve, bro. Really talk, man.
I mean, I'm not to keep bouncing off you so much, Devon, but he also did is he gave up a first round. Yes, he did, but he got a second round, even though it's a second round for 2026 from Brooklyn. But he got a second round after he gave up a first round and still made about $2 million off the deal. Come on, man, that's not a bad deal right there.
And then got $1 million, got $1.1 million in the Rondo deal.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell he pull that off with a TPE and all that shit? So I'm like, it's a blessing to know that we got somebody in the front office could wheel and deal like that.
Right.
And Cash Out Jane said, "Would you rather have Luka or Obi?" Oh my God, bro! That's a good question right there, man. Luka Salmon. You hear what it is? Seems like Luka could do just about anything. You know what I mean? Big Taz said, "Yeah, I would trade Noel to Dallas or Philly." Obi ain't getting traded. Y'all bugging. I'm not saying. I don't think we just saying he's gonna get traded. We just trying to throw it out there. I don't think Knicks. We're not saying he's gonna get traded. By no means we saying that. We just asking if the Knicks front office. Let's say not us. Let's say the Knicks front office had to make that decision. Would the Knicks front office trade Obi Toppin or trade Cam Reddish? Because we can always speculate all we want to and guess and hypotheticals. But let's say on a real though, do the New York Knicks front office? Would they keep Obi Toppin, or would the New York Knicks front office keep Cam Reddish? That's a better way to do it than you don't think that we the ones wanting. Because I don't care it don't matter what we think. You know what I mean? It don't even matter what we think. We just dealing with how what could be.
Yeah.
It's interesting, man. It's interesting because, like I said, it's going to be a log jam there, guys. It really is, man. When Derrick Rose get back and the way this team is presently constructed, you guys not gonna be feeling some. You're gonna be feeling some type of way when these guys not getting no minutes. You're going to be feeling some type of way. So the only thing we could do is kind of throw these scenarios out there to see if any of them make sense or any of them would click. Because I don't have the answers. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just only going off of what some things that could be realistic, some things that might work and might not. I could be wrong on every one of them. I don't know. I'm not trying to play GM. I'm just trying to, throw some content out there.
Yeah,
give us something to get a show something to think about. For us to have something to think about on the show. But we got a dilemma here. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a dilemma here. But I do think it starts with Kemba Walker. That's number one. I think you take care of that situation first. and then you deal with everything else after that. But like I said, somebody going in the package is either we move Kemba Walker, or here's the scenario we in, Shop Powell. I'll let you piggyback up here. Either we move Kemba Walker and free up a roster spot, or number two, we keep everybody, and guys who you might want to play is not going to be able to play because they're going to be situational. And Tibbs is not going over 10 men. They are not doing it. Definitely he did it, and he ain't going to do it. So that's what we up against. You know what I mean? That's what we up against. What do we do if we don't move nobody? So y'all might as well get yourself prepared for that, because somebody's not going to be playing.
Yep.
Somebody's not going to be playing. And I don't have the answer to everything, but I just do think it's going to start with Kemba Walker.
Yeah, that Kemba Walker thing definitely holds us a spot to at least keep Reddish in some of the lineup, because if Kemba leaves, then we open up a spot, but once D Rose come back, then we're going to be less in the spot, and that's probably going to be the person that was taking over D Rose spot, and who was coming in for him was Grimes. That means Grimes goes back to the bench. I think Reddish, no matter what, is going to get minutes on that second unit and I hate to say this out loud, but I think Reddish is going to get minutes before Obi. I think Reddish is going to be 6 minutes. What was it? 5 minutes tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's going to be like 11, 12 minutes. By the next game is going to be like 12, 16 minutes. And before you know it, we're going to be thinking about, dang, I ain't seen Obi in like a whole game. I'm just saying, guys, I mean, the minutes, once D Rose will be back in maybe, like 2 weeks or something like that. Maybe, and right after the trade deadline. But what you gonna do, man, if when Rose come back, that means that Obi and Grimes and Reddish, who's going to be in on those minutes when you really need somebody? Because I doubt that they put Reddish in for 4 minutes for the next 6 games.
Yeah, absolutely. For instance, as much as I don't want Westbrook, what do you think about Noel, Fournier, Kemba, and Westbrook? Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. Hell,
I don't either.
I'll do that in a heartbeat. I'm sorry. Because you know why? Think about it. I don't have no problem with Russell Westbrook playing point guard for the New York Knicks. I know y'all don't like him. I know, but I'm talking about his talent. And now you move Fournier and Noel. That means can Reddish get to play? You know what I mean? You still make Grimes get to play.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I mean? And then you can swing Obi to the 5 to back up Mitchell Robinson, or you can do like Sims or whatever. I don't have a problem with that. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I definitely don't got a problem with it.
Yeah, we're taking.
Philly want to move Tobias Harris, Kemba Walker, Noel, and Evan. I do that too. Because his contract, between all them guys' contract combined, you don't eat a lot of that. Because you got Kemba for 2 years, Evan for 3. I think that might pan out. I think Tobias Harris got a couple of years left. CT, I'm not sure how long his contract is. I think it might be 2 years, maybe 3. I'm not sure. But Will said no Russell Westbrook. I understand that. I think there's not too many point guards in the Eastern Conference other than Kyrie Irving. Let me go to the point guards in the East. I think it's better than Russell Westbrook. If you go up and down that whole list of point guards in the East, can do what Russell Westbrook can do. So from a talent standpoint, but I don't think the Lakers are going to move Russell Westbrook. I'm going to tell y'all sleep on them boys, man. Don't get it twisted. Watch when Anthony Davis come back to that team.
He'll be back soon.
Watch. I'm telling y'all.
Real soon.
I think when Anthony Davis come back, and LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook is a problem. With Carmelo Anthony and them guys coming to the bench, I think the Lakers doing what the Lakers supposed to do. They pacing themselves. LeBron got age on them. You don't need to burn them guys out. They smart with that, man. They are very smart down there. No need to burn LeBron out. No need to burn Westbrook out. No need to burn Carmelo out. Just try to stay maintained till all your horses get back, and then that's what they're gonna do. Watch the Lakers, man. Everybody counting the Lakers out. LeBron James ain't going out like that, and I don't think Carmelo Anthony gonna go out like that. I don't think Anthony Davis gonna go out like that. Not damn sure I don't think Russell Westbrook gonna go out like that. You think that's a good team down there? You know what I mean? So we you know, only reason I did the Westbrook thing, I did it, guys, is because the money will be off the books. We always got to think long term with this stuff. We can't just think
million.
Right. You know what? That 44 million to be freed up pretty soon. You ain't got to sign him back. But here's what happened: you get rid of Fournier's 3-year deal. Mm-hmm. You get rid of Noel's 2-year deal. Mm-hmm. You get rid of Kemba's 2-year deal.
Yep.
I'll take Russell Westbrook for a year and a half to help us in the playoffs. I mean, listen, the man might not be a 3-point shooter. He might not do that, but man, I'm gonna tell you something. That man got attitude, bro. He got a lot of Knicks players don't got attitude. Mm-hmm. He a dog. When I mean a dog, he barks, bro. Real talk, he barks. That dude barks. You know what I mean? We don't got a lot of barkers. I think he's gonna help RJ because he's a triple threat. He can rebound, assist, and pass the ball. He know he not here long term. He just here to help. Because you know what? I think Russell Westbrook will help us in the playoffs this year more than a lot of guys. Would I want a long term? No, absolutely not. I wouldn't want Westbrook. I just want his contract for 1 or 2 years. I don't have a problem with it because after that money is back to ours, bro. That money go back to New York Knicks. So see that, and them the players you're looking for. Here's the thing: he's got. Now I'm just gonna get off the Russell Westbrook thing real quick. Then we move on. But I just think of this here. He's playoff battle tested. He's playoff battle tested. That's one thing you can say about him. He's tested. He done been to the NBA Finals. Him and Kevin Durant and James Harden them when they were young in Oklahoma City. He went to Houston them and granted with OKC gave him that contract for a reason. Russell Westbrook is a good player. He don't have to do all that now because he with LeBron James. He don't have to be the old Russell Westbrook like he used to. But think about what he did with Bradley Beal last year. Them cats wasn't going nowhere. Him and Bradley Beal took them boys and brought them to the play-in, and they had a crappy team. So he got value in a sense. But yeah, would I want a long term? No. But just for now, I don't got a problem. I'm just piggybacking up what CT said. I mean, who know what the CT said? Or I want to make sure I said the right thing. Who brought up the trade about Russell Westbrook? Let me see if I can find it. Who brought that up? I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to find that trade, but and even if not, hey, it is what it is. But I wouldn't have had a problem with it if we go into the playoffs, if we fighting for the playoffs. Because let me ask you a question: would you rather have Russell Westbrook or Kemba Walker right now? Russell Westbrook can D him up. He can rebound. He can pass the ball. He can score. He might not have a great jump shot, but he score in other ways. A lot of people don't got good jump shots to make it happen. You got to find other ways to make it happen. Shit, Obi Toppin ain't got a jump shot. So, but yeah, if it was other than contract, there you go. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. Noel, Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier for Russell Westbrook. For Westbrook, I'm sorry. Fournier, 19 million. Check it out. Kemba's 9 million. That's 28. Noel's, that's 38 million right there. Yeah, he got it. Thank you, Jarvis. He did. Frank put it back up there. Thank you, Montos. My bad. So yeah, from a playoff perspective, you getting rid of 3 players. Take this out though. You getting rid of 3 players and you bringing in 1. Now you got 2 roster spots freed up. Now we got rid of the log jam by bringing in Westbrook for them 3 players. You freed up 2 roster spots, so Cam can get minutes.
2 forwards
and 2 forwards. Mm-hmm. It's only for the playoffs, guys. It ain't like we got to sign a guy for a 5-year, $200 million deal. That should be gone pretty soon. But look at here though. You Grimes and Cam Reddish get minutes. Yeah, you got Kevin Fournier out of here and Kemba Walker. So things like that. That's why that's a good point. That's a good one. Yeah, I think the fan base probably more. You guys probably say no, so I get it. I understand it, and and I understand it very well. So I'm good either way. If we don't get them, that's good too. And if we get them, I don't have a problem with it for this year for the playoffs. I think he'll give Trae Young and them fits. I think Westbrook will give a lot of them guards in the NBA fits. It ain't too many dogs in the East can handle Westbrook. You think about this here. Look at Lonzo Ball situation. He out for a minute. If you go down the East and look at the team with the point guard situation in the East, how many of them cats can hold Russell Westbrook on any given night?
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I don't, I wouldn't do it just for the sake of doing it. But I get it, man. If y'all don't like him, I get it. I understand it very well. I really do. You know what I mean? Because I think he will make us a better team from a perspective of he can handle New York City. He lights it up in New York City, but the man got dog in him, man. Whew. The dude barks, bro. He barks. So, but I don't think the Lakers, I know we hear all that out there. Lakers ain't trading no Russell Westbrook. It would have to be something mega for that to happen. It would have to be some type of Ben Simmons stuff. You know what I mean? To be honest with you. But yeah, overall, man, we'll see how it go. But his shooting is Frank, you and Will 100%. His shooting is abysmal. It really is. That's something that but here's what I got to say about that as well, though, guys. The man been doing it his whole career without that jump shot. You know what I mean? He's been doing it his whole career, and look at his numbers, man. Them ain't no fluke numbers. He's so talented enough to get in the paint and score other ways that like I said, and he did, like, you look at like Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin, if you could imagine if he had a jump shot, and he would be a taller version of Russell Westbrook. You know what I mean? Because of athleticism. And Obi Toppin, he got a good game. There you go, Big Taz. I'm on that one. I ain't got no play, but hey, Big Taz, they not giving up no Drew Holiday. That's a wrap. That's who I wanted in New York a while ago. I want guys who could do like Drew Holiday, and them cats got it in them. You playing in the Mecca, man. You better have it in you. That's why we were struggling this year, because some of our guys ain't got it in them. When you play in New York City, you got to have it in you. Sorry. You know what I mean? This is the Mecca, bro. Y'all cats know. Y'all New Yorkers. Y'all know how they get down the head. So it'd be interesting. We'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I don't think Lakers move on for him. I think you're gonna watch out for them dudes. Like I said, the playoffs is a different animal. Every one of them cats been in the playoffs. Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, and Davis. Them cats been there. So when they get to that level, you ain't punking them. Who you gonna punk on the Lakers in the playoffs? Watch what I'm telling you. Y'all heard me say on Knicks Real Talk. If all the four of them dudes is there in the playoffs, y'all watch the Lakers. And I'm not even a Laker fan, but them cats got they got 4 Hall of Famers out there right now. 4 of them. 4 Hall of Famers playing on that team. Every one of them dudes. Russell Westbrook is first ballot. Carmelo Anthony is first ballot. Mm-hmm. LeBron James is first ballot. And Anthony Davis will be first ballot. You book it. And you got Dwight Howard down there and all them guys. They got championship pedigree on that team. So that's why I said don't count them dudes out. I think you got to watch out for them guys. But man, overall, hey, we going to Cleveland tomorrow. Get it popping. Try to get this W and get the 500. And then hopefully we can win both of them, or split that Miami and Milwaukee game. If we could pull that off, I'll be happy, man. Shot Powell, I'll be happy, bro. If the Knicks can go on this thing the next 2-1, 3-0. I'm be realistic. Let's say 2-1.
I'm hoping 2-for-1 myself, Divine. I'm hoping we can pull out. I think we can beat Cleveland, and I'm hoping that we can go up against Miami, since we haven't played them this year, and surprise them. With the emergence of RJ, with the way Fournier is shooting right now, if Randall has his head into the game, if Mitchell Robinson is back dominating the offensive rebounds, I think we have a real good chance against Miami, just because we haven't really played them. So they really don't know how we really work our schemes and our sets. They see it on tape, but on the floor is a little different than watching review movie to watch games on the tape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk. And here goes some guy this round association real quick. We beat the Clippers today because the Bulls is decimated. They lost to the Magic. The Heat beat the Lakers by 6. The Spurs, 76ers beat the Spurs. Here's a good game, though. Even though Celtics beat the Wizards. And if we win tomorrow, I tell you, the Portland Trailblazers went into Toronto and beat the Raptors. The Hawks beat the Hornets. And the Timberwolves got the Nets by 9. So if you look at it right now, and the way all this thing is shaking out, if the Knicks beat these guys tomorrow, and the Raptors will be in the 10th spot, and the 11th spot, the Knicks will be all the way up at the 9th spot tomorrow. Tied for the 9th spot. Tied for the 9th spot tomorrow.
Yeah, because they almost like there's like almost like a 4-way tie right now from 11 to what, 7 or something like that. 6. Yep. I mean 7, 8, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, we win tomorrow. We 24-24. We'll be with the Celtics. I think the Raptors losing right now. They 22-22. So we gonna jump ahead of them. So let's say the Boston and the Knicks will be in the 8th and 9th. The Wizards drop down. And the Raptors drop down. You know what I mean? So we definitely got to go in there and try to win this one tomorrow. It's going to be a tough game with that front line they got there. Hopefully Randall can make Mobley come on the outside a little bit and then put the ball on the floor and make Mobley chase him. But Mobley's an agile dude. But I'm hoping that Randall can bring Mobley out to the 3-point line, at least get him out there. And then maybe try to put the ball on the floor and get to the hole and make Mobley have to chase him. But I think you can open up. I think you can expand that floor a little bit by him doing that. And then let's see what Nerlens Noel going to be able to do with Jared Allen. Man, because the Mitch injury was a pretty tough one to swallow right now. But Garland on Kemba Walker, that's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. A Paradise. I agree with you, man. Quickly do need to start, but I got a feeling they're going to go with Kemba Walker tomorrow. But I agree with you, Paradise. I've been saying let Coopy go in there and try to get some burn. But like I said, the Knicks are 8-3. Where Allen Burks had to start in point guard, so the numbers don't lie. They're 8-3 with Allen Burks starting at the point guard. So I think they like that 6'6" size in his defense. And he's been getting better with the playmaking a little bit. So that's the reason why I think that Tibbs is sticking with him. But I don't have a problem with Quickly being a starting point guard neither. None whatsoever. I always wanted them to do that, see how the experiment would go. Because he played a hell of a game today from a facilitating standpoint. That young brother was getting it in today. So that was salute to Commander Quickly for playing a good game today, man. But I think we got to go down there. I think we win tomorrow, guys. I'm real talk. I think we go in Cleveland and win that game tomorrow. Some reason, only trepidation I got. If they don't hold these guys coming out the gate with Kemba Walker at the point guard and they get a lead on us, I'm going to be concerned.
I mean, they say that he may play tomorrow, but maybe they may not start him. Hopefully,
bring him off the bench.
Yeah, or something. Bring him off the bench. Something. It wouldn't hurt if he can fill in for Derrick Rose position, like I was saying earlier. He would be well welcome on the second unit coming off the bench. The only downside to that, it would be him and IQ as the 1 and 2, a smaller second unit. But scoring wise, that could propel the team real big, because not gonna be too small in there if you got Obi and Reddish, or Obi and Grimes, or Grimes and Reddish, with Noel backing them up.
Yeah, hey Parrish, you 100% on that. That's my whole thing right there. Parrish is Kemba Walker going up against Garland. That's what scared me right there. The great point. Their point guard is too quick. Darius Garland might give Kemba Walker the business on the offense, from the offense side of the ball. Kemba Walker had to really play some defense against that young man. He is lighting it up from outside. He can get to the lane. And, he all around good game. That's the matchup that I'm most concerned about tomorrow, is that one right there. I'm not too concerned about all the other ones. That's the one I'm concerned about. So we have to see how it goes. Okay, Spurs playing game 1 minute. Murray not available for trade. The next minute he is. Y'all already know how we feel about that.
They said
cool.
They say he available for.
Hey, D cool. That's it right there. I mean, don't get it twisted. I like Brunson and all them dudes, but if that dude is available for trade, Leon Rosen be on the phone right now. Be on the phone right now.
I hate to say it out loud, but if DeAndre's up, you know, we might not see 3 of our young guys right now, and one of our vets, but he's definitely worth it. He's young, he's athletic, he's a triple threat. Rebounds, scoring, and assists. I mean, he's something to look for. I really like him.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Pud Nicey, you're 100% right at that as well. He's an Obi, IQ Obi, and 2 first rounders. For who, Frank? For Murray, Frank? I mean, for Frank, you talking about for Murray? You talking about for Murray? Yeah, book it. Hey, Frank, if you talking about for Murray, brother, who would you talk for? Who? Frank, Murray or Brunson? Let me know. Throw that out there. But yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Rogar's picks for Murray. If they can get that as well, let's do it. Yeah, but you get that young man up in here. Yeah, you get him a love McBride, but Murray is my guy. No real talk. He's the answer moving forward. I think you can build around Murray and RJ.
No question.
I think that could be a prolific young team right there with them two. Can you only imagine Devontae Murray? Check this out. You want to talk about a young core? I got a young 3 for you. Let's say if this guy popped the way you think Cam Reddish could pop. Devontae at the 1, RJ back at the 2, Cam Reddish. That's future right there. If Cam Reddish popped the way we think he's gonna pop. Let's say if we expect him to do things like, boy, can you imagine Devontae Murray and RJ Barrett in the backcourt? Oh my goodness. I think that young man is on the cusp of something. You know, we don't get to see him enough because he's out there in San Antonio, unless you are a totally NBA watcher. You watch all the games, you know what I mean? But man, oh yeah, that Frank, bro. I like that one, man. I like that IQ. You gotta do that in a heartbeat. Oh my, a Big Ted, I can't imagine. Woo! That is fire right there. That's gonna be hard to deal with in New York. That young core would be nice. And you got, oh my God, Fraser, Obi, IQ, Brokaw, 3 first rounders, and you're gonna lock him up for if you're gonna give him the bag, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I think you get Devontae Murray up in here in New York. Man, it's Shot Powers, brother. Can you imagine him and Obi? Him and RJ Barrett in that backcourt. You got a 6'7" starting backcourt.
Lord. I like him. I always liked him, man. And that Obi, IQ, Rokas, 3 first round, with a 2nd round, a partridge at the pear tree, whatever you want to put in that package. If you could get him over here, man, that's going to change the whole the East over here with him, man.
That'd be a problem. That backcourt would be a problem for a long time. So yeah, I mean, if San Antonio make that boy available, Tibbs need to talk to Pop. You know how they get down. They need to call R.C. Buford, whoever. Get that boy up in here.
That would be. I've been liking him.
We've been looking for a point guard in New York for the last 15 years.
That is a point guard.
Yeah, man. I like that. I've been on Murray for a minute. We all of us have. But if that's true that they talking about, San Antonio might be talking about doing that. And it's possible because you know what? They know he's about to get the bag. And I don't got a problem giving him his money. I don't have no problem sending him whatsoever. See, that's one thing I got to say real quick, guys, before we get off. That was interesting to me. See, a lot of these guys that we like, you got to think about it. A lot of these guys that we like, a lot of them do for money extensions.
Yep.
And that's why I keep bringing all these up. Like, we don't want to trade a young guy, but you got to remember, pretty soon they're going to get extensions. Like, Obi got extension coming up after next year. Or are you going to give Obi money? You got guys that got extensions coming up. The young guy, RJ got extension coming up.
Reddish got one coming up.
Obi got one coming up. And that's
Mitch got one coming up.
Mitch got one coming up, and Mitch playing good basketball for us. So man, I tell you what, if you can get Devontae Murray and RJ as your core foundation with Mitchell Robinson at the center, that's a decent juggernaut right there. And then so we have to see how it goes. But that's what I mean. I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem giving Devontae Murray that money. I really don't. So let's look at the future. Let's look at the future. Do you do Devontae Murray, RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson? That's a damn good team right there. That's a damn good team right there, bro.
That's just to think about it.
Oh, okay. Frank said he could be relevant all season, and that's cool, and that's what you got to dwell on. Because think about it, in the all season, you could do a sign and trade with Julius Randle, or whatever. You know what I mean?
You could even go after. You could even put Fournier out there too. Yep.
You could throw Fournier. Fournier, he's a San Antonio guy.
He sure would be. I think so. That's what. When I first started talking about him. That's what I wanted.
Yep. So that's interesting, man. Let's see how the all season go, because, like I said, that's the reason why I wanted to do certain type of trades to free up money. That's why I liked it. Like I said, the Covington, my man, them thing, just to free up money. If you got 30 million going into 36, 37 million going into free agency next year, it puts us in the game. You know what I mean? It puts us in the game. So and then that's interesting. He said Minnesota putting the wood on the air. They are, bro. Yeah, they are, Paris. I was like, whoa. Minnesota playing pretty good ball. And I think that's good. Pop gonna want Julius. Hey, let him have him. Shit. I like Julius Randle. He playing good ball, but man, Devontae Murray is a game changer.
Yeah,
I think that's the one position. We can always fill a power forward position. That's easy. It's hard to find a real consistent point guard. You talking about Devontae Murray is like a walking triple double almost pretty soon. He's on the cusp. I gotta put him out there. Yeah, you're right, man. Pull that in. Yeah, exactly, Frank. 100% right. We got a lot of draft picks, and that's why I gotta say, much as we might get on our front office, they did a damn good job with that. Much as we might get on our front office, which I don't get on too much, I think they did a hell of a job. I think they're doing a phenomenal job in New York City. Scott Perry got all these draft picks. We got flexible cap space. It will be cap space if we had to make some deals. So we got a chance in the next 2 years with all the contracts that we signed this year: Fournier, Alex Burke, Kemba Walker. Other than Fournier and Derrick Rose, them contracts is only on 2 and 3 year deals. So that's why I keep saying, if you go get a star player who got a big contract, but it's only 2 years on it, I don't have a problem gambling with that, because it's still only 2 years. So it's not like you eating this whole contract, because the contract that we have is only 2 years combined. Combined 2 years, 3 years. So if you had to bring somebody for $40 million, think about it. We do got 4 players for the next 2 years, and we're making over $40 million. Fournier, Burks, Kemba Walker, Nerlens Noel, Derrick Rose, them. That's a combined almost close to $60 million. Easy. So if you gotta bring in somebody for 2 years, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, because we got them players on the books anyway. If we didn't make no trades, we stuck with these players for another 2 years, right? Am I right or wrong? We got Nerlens Noel this year and a year after that. We got Alex Burke this year and a year after that. We got Kemba Walker this year and a year after that. So what you're doing to me is like, okay, you could eat a $40 million contract for 1 or 2 years. That's why it's not like they're going to be a detriment to our cap space, because all these guys come off the books in 2 years anyway. Even if you trade for one of them contracts, comes off the books in 2 years. So you could compete. You could go chase a couple of these guys for a couple of years to compete to get into the third round or whatever, because you set the infrastructure up like that already, regardless if you don't move anyway. If you don't make no move for the New York Knicks, Alex Burks and all these guys got 2 years on their deal with a team option. So you're not really, by bringing in a $40 million player, you and if he's better than all them guys, you're really not doing nothing to your infrastructure, because we had him like that anyway. And then here's the good thing, that next year that contract is movable. It's a what you call it, expiring. So even if you keep whoever for 1 year, and the next year you could move them because it's an expiring deal, somebody's going to want them because they frees up cap space. So I think the Knicks I think they're doing the right thing. I think the Knicks is saying, you know what, we're going to lurk. We're gonna swim in the water for a little bit, and that one player come by that we think can make this team better, they're gonna jump on it. Watch, I guarantee you. But right now, they probably just doing their due diligence. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right, Parrot. I like the way Fournier is playing right now. He's really getting into his own, and I like his intelligence too. When you hear him in a press conference, he's a real wise dude, man. He knows basketball. I agree with him. I like right now the way he's playing. 2 weeks ago, I probably wanted to run him out of New York, but he came back into his own. You know what I mean? I think he got past coming to New York, getting past the Olympics that summer, played a lot of basketball. Legs, probably to have his legs under him. Coming out of the Olympics, coming into New York, first getting settled into New York City, trying to get into the system with the Knicks. But lately, he's been playing some damn good ball. So I agree with you on that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Yeah, man. But listen, man, we're going to get up out of here. And got the pregame tomorrow. Knicks, that game is not 7:30, guys. It's 7 o'clock. So I'll do the 5:30 joint tomorrow. Pregame 5:30. We get it popping up here at 5:30. Frank said, I like Fournier.
I'm saying
Fournier's playing his way to a trade. That works too. Either way it goes, it's a win-win. If you keep him, it could be a win, and if you move him, it's a win. So I'm good. I'm good on both aspects of that. I really am. I think the Knicks front office is gonna do what's best for the team. I really do believe that. Yeah, but I do think they you're welcome, Big Taz, no doubt. Yeah, so tomorrow, like I said, it's not a 7:30 game, it's a 7 o'clock game. So pre-game for the Knicks is 6:30 on MSG, then 7 o'clock. So like I said, I'll jump in at 5:30 to 6:30 because the game is at 7. And we just get it popping and everything, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. But you guys are the best, man. Shaw Powers, man, give me some fast stuff before we get out of here, man. I know you keep it short and sweet, but man, do your thing though.
Yeah, that's salute to the chat. Yeah, guys, I get a little distance because like my screen doesn't show the chat, so I have to watch my TV to read your chat. So if it looks like I'm starry-eyed over there a little bit, I just want y'all to know I'm watching y'all and reading all the chats on the thing. But salute out to you guys, Divine, as always. You already know what it is, Divine,
Yes,
man.
sir.
And to the Knicks, man. Let's get out there and win this game tomorrow, man. Get competitive, man. Stay focused, and let's get this win, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, man. Tomorrow's, like I said, Knicks down in Cleveland. Going up Ohio, try to get it popping. Let's hope that we're not too overexhausted. Maybe Tom Thibodeau play the young guy a little bit more tomorrow. And play the young guy a little bit more tomorrow, and let their energy propel us through that game tomorrow. Let Randall and RJ do what they do. But like I said, they played 40 minutes today, 43 minutes. So let's hope that our team come out with a good start tomorrow, and we could try to compete with these guys and let Cam Reddish and let Grimes and let Quickly and let Obi and them guys really take control of the pace tomorrow. Bring that energy. We're gonna need their energy tomorrow, no question about it. We're gonna need their energy because we, like I said, back to back, and they logged a lot of minutes. So let's hope that maybe Kemba Walker can come give us a spark tomorrow. And we go in Cleveland try to win this thing, man. If we win in Cleveland tomorrow, that's going to be a good look for us. We won 3 in a row. We lost 2 or 3 in a row. We won 2 in a row. I take that right now until we get to where we need to go. But overall, man, great win by the Knicks tonight. What a performance, man. I'm happy about the way they played today. Overall, up and down the ladder. Star J Barrett, RJ at the matinee all day. That's real talk. I mean, he did his thing today, man. Julius Randle did his thing today. Fournier had a popping. All Alex Burke quickly had a pop and played a good floor game today. So I think that we pretty good there. Paris Dickless said D'Angelo Russell was a possible candidate. D'Angelo can get it too. He's nice.
All right, man. I like him.
Yeah, I like D'Angelo's game. I mean, everybody always been counting D'Angelo out for a long time, man. Like, seems like nobody will never want to get that man his respect. You know what I mean? But D'Angelo Russell can get it though. I like D'Angelo, always did. I think he's a savvy floor general as well. And so it's a lot of names going to be out there, and we got to keep it in. We got to keep our ears glued to the ground and eyes open, man. And we got a couple of weeks coming out, and then the trading deadline is here. But we'll see. Let's go in tomorrow and let's go into Cleveland and battle the Cavaliers to try to get a W tomorrow to get to 500. Like I said, a lot of people took a loss in Association Day. The Wizards lost. The Wizards got the same record as we got. We win tomorrow, we go up ahead of them. The Raptors lost today, so they're gonna go below us. So we be sitting in the us in Boston being the 8th and 9th spot. That's good. And then Hornets, I think the Hornets losing today to them, so I think they drop to 26 and 21. So, and everybody else got 19 wins from the fourth down. There's 19 wins, 19 losses, 20 losses, 21 losses. Then we at 24. So let's hope that we can kind of get come out of this thing by the end of the week at 500 or better. And I think we'd be pretty good going into the next week. And I think by the trading deadline, we get Mitchell Robinson, Derrick Rose, and we take a move or two and we see how it go. But Shop Howard wants to give my brother thanks always. I know we do, man. Nick's Real Talk, man. Appreciate you guys. Y'all guys have a great night. I said I'll be on 5:30 tomorrow, man. Y'all hit them notification buttons. Check them out. Y'all see me in there. We be here for you guys, man. Salute to the chat. Parish.
Smash them like buttons.
Big Task, my man. Frank Matos, all you guys. Jarvis. Salute to you guys, man, for coming in tonight, man, and holding it down like y'all always do. King Rippy, my brother. Salute. Salute to everybody. D. Roz, D. Cool. Everybody, man, y'all enjoy the rest of your night, man. Y'all had some fire up here tonight. And CT, the Streets of Buzzing, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you for coming in tonight, bringing us some of that wise knowledge you had in here. Pudge Nice, P Nice, you already know how we do. Everybody, man, it's fun. It's always fun. It's always a pleasure. Let's keep this thing going, man. Stanley, man, my man, Salute Stanley. Everybody, man, let me sure I don't leave nobody out. Cash Out, James, Will. Like I said, the Streets of Buzzing. All you guys, man, let's get it popping, man. Y'all enjoy your Monday morning, man, and we'll be back up here tomorrow night, 5:30 for sure, to get it popping and see if the Knicks can go down in Cleveland and get a win, man. Until then, man, Knicks Real Talk, Shaw Powers, we out of here, man. Y'all have a great night, man, and we'll see you cats, man. Peace.
Let's get it.